All right, what's going on, everybody? Sorry for being a minute or two late here. We are in St. Vincent today, and this one's one of my favorites. Let me just check here. Oh, I gotta start my. Hey, Bobby, Joseph. Mrs. TPHI, what's going on? How are you? Welcome aboard. So we are ready to go here. Good. Take a quick look outside. See, we got everybody at different. Hey, Chev, Hans Boone is here. What's going on? So we're good. We are in St. Vincent. We're gonna do the Grenadines today. I've been looking forward to doing this one. Thought about that this morning, and pretty excited about it. Getting my seat all set up here. Let's go get all this stuff off. So first of all, happy Sunday to everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. And let's go external power supply on. Go to rotating beacon on. Mixtures and props full forward. Buckman, how are you doing? Gotta get my glasses cleaned up. Hans, good to see you. Let's see. I have been good. It's been busy. This is a very busy week. So where are we? Mixtures and props full forward. We'll go. Let's see here. We'll go. Come on. There we go. We'll go fuel valves open. We'll go fuel pumps on. Look, a beautiful day out down here, which it usually is. Open that. We'll turn the mags on. Toes on the brakes. Let's crack the throttles. Make sure there's nobody outside to kill or maim, and there is not. Go right engine first. We didn't. The master battery switch might be useful. That's a good start. Oil pressure is looking good. Let's take a look out here. That's a good start. Oil pressure is looking good. So we'll go avionics master on. We'll turn the fuel pumps off. Release the parking brake. Transponder on standby. Make sure our altimeter is set, and it is. So it is time to go flying. So what's everybody else doing? Let's see. Haven't had time to yourself after getting to Europe. FC Copenhagen, Denmark. Copenhagen is a great. I was in Copenhagen in 1994. It was a beautiful city, like a really beautiful city. That was probably a fun. You know, it's funny. We were watching a little bit of Premier League soccer yesterday on German TV of all things, and I kind of wondered like why I don't watch more European soccer, because European soccer is a hoot. All right. Let's get matriculating here. And this is one of my favorite flights. I love doing these flights. Hopefully you guys had time to pick up the freeware at least, because it's really good. I'm using, this is Richer Simulations, I do believe. This is a really nice rendition of this airport. And it's a really fun airport and good version of it. But the freeware for the Grenadines is fantastic. And we got Mrs. TPHI back there. That's awesome that you're aboard. Glad to see you. Thanks for coming. And welcome. So gonna be a go one notch of flaps here. Make sure the taxiway is clear. Let's go. I didn't turn my other lights on. I didn't turn any of my lights on. This is pathetic. Nav and strobe lights coming on. Mixtures are going full forward. And landing light is on. So let's go do some flying here. Final approach course is looking clear. Runway looks clear in that direction. Looks clear in that direction. Let me make sure everybody else is coming along here. I don't want to leave anybody behind. Bob is on the move. Mrs. TPHI on the move. Everybody on the move. Cool. So I've been looking forward to this all day. Appreciate everybody coming out a little early too, because we've got the Miami Grand Prix on later on. And you know me in Formula One. Alright, heading indicator checks with the runway number. It's runway 4. Takeoff power is in. I believe we've got a crosswind here for sure. Engine instruments are in the green. There's 70 knots. Yeah, a little bit of a right to left crosswind. And off we go. Off we go. Come back a little bit on the power. Come back a little bit on the props. Perhaps not that much. So. A beautiful Sunday. It's been a long time since we've done the. I thought we did the Grenadines relatively recently, but I was looking back and I didn't see it anywhere in any of the recent streams. I'm looking to get that number 4 right there on the bottom, and that's going to mean I'm on a nice downwind departure here. There we go. There's 1,000 feet. Fuel pumps are off because I didn't turn them on. Excellent. Alright. I gotta stop being in a hurry, because now what is happening is I'm goofing things up. And there is our first destination, Bequia. Right there. Oh, there's somebody in the D18. That is the that's the twin the stock twin beach from I think it was Coronado that made it, but that is a great airplane. Coming up on 1,500 feet. Bring the power back a little bit, bring the props back a little bit. That's one of my favorite planes right there. One of my favorite planes. A little bit of rudder trim in here. That is so cool seeing somebody out there flying that. That must be a fun plane to fly around this area too. Ryan, what's going on? How are you? Gonna need a little bit more rudder trim, I do believe. So we got Bequia, we've got Mustique, which is another one of my favorites. These are all great airports. All these airports today are great airports. PKGB, what's going on? How are you? Let's see, this thing is yo-yoing up and down here like mad. Let's see, back home to the States on the 6th, another 777-200, nice. Nice. How was the trip over, Joseph? Everything go well? And take it easy, Joseph. Thanks for dropping in. Hey, Chris, what's going on? Good to see you. I think Joseph said the other day he's been on 160 legs already this year. Real flying. That's crazy. Cash Collins Vision Jet for you. Nice, man. How you enjoying the? How are you enjoying the new rig? Must be exciting. Bravo, Mike. How you doing? Good to see you. So here we go. First group shot of the day. Looking good. TNAV. What is the TNAV, Mrs. TPHI? Now I gotta look and see if TPHI is an airport or if it's just initials. TPHI is not an airport, so now I gotta guess it what that is. Yeah, so I am so glad to be back in the airplane today. That's Mustique off there. About our 10:30 right there. That's gonna be a fun one. And I gotta see what the weather is like here. Come on, airplane, seriously. Let's see here. Get our METAR here. And winds are 8 from the northeast, which makes sense. That's pretty much what it always is. And I don't know what if it's just me, but I feel like the scenery has gotten a bit variable at 2 knots. I said, I feel like the scenery has gotten a little bit chunky in the sim in the last couple days. That that right ahead of me doesn't look particularly good right there. But that's all right. So let's see here. GPS is back. Let me see here. Ryan, just wonder at TV 60 hertz. I have a 4060 GPU and I use FSR3 and I get over 6. Yeah, it seems if you're getting over 60 frame FPS, you should be good. I would probably cap it at 60. I would actually, as a matter of fact, if you're using FSR3 frame gen, I would cap it at 30 and then use the frame gen. That's what I do, actually. That's exactly what I do at FlightSim 24 anyway. Alright, let's bring some power back. This thing has been climbing and climbing and climbing. Let's go fuel pumps on here. Props back. There's 115 knots. There's the airport. That's Bequia right there. And that is good stuff. Slowly accumulating new computer bits. Try to get back into some simming when it's done. Yeah, I've started to kind of think about upgrading, but I don't know. Sim update 2 in 2020. I mean, I'm pretty close to like moving on from 2020. I mean, I'm always gonna have it because I need it for like testing and stuff, but like FlightSim 24 has gotten so good. There's white arc, so we'll go next notch of flaps. And we'll just hold that right there. We're gonna pull that back to 80 knots. Once we get 80 knots, we'll trim that out. This is a cool approach. T-nav coming in. What is the T-nav? I'm curious about that plane. I'm unfamiliar with it. Alright, so this one, we just come right along this edge here and then turn in. Alright, fuel pumps are on, flaps are set, mixtures are forward, props are coming forward here in a minute. So, first landing of the day. There's really nobody out here to irritate, so I'm gonna go full forward on the props right now. And bring the power out just a little bit. Alright, mixtures and props full forward. Fuel pumps are on, flaps are set, seatbelts are secure. Pre-landing checklist is complete. Got 4 white here. Just a little bit of power, just a little bit of power. Roll in some trim. Get it on center line. Alright, power's coming out. This thing feels like floating, it really does. Power's all the way out. Hey. That was a clunker. That was a clunker. Mike Coffee, what's going on? Lean the mixtures here. Alright. That was a bit of a clunker. I just didn't want to land long and have to back taxi, so I just plopped it on. Let's see what we got here. Let's see if you guys can outdo me, which I'm sure you will. There's Sheb coming in. That is looking good. That is looking good. Let's see here. There's Hans coming in. Hans is gonna grease this one. Lean my mixtures for sure here. This is like the all-stars right here. Sheb, Hans, Bob, Buckman. So, Visualize, what's going on? How are you? Edge forward here a little bit, see some landings. All right, so yes, Visualize. It's East USA server. The @ thing doesn't work for you. There's another grease. You guys are greasing them all on. Everybody's greasing it on. Another thing, do you find using Flight Sim improves your PKG? I can't get it out. Yes, it absolutely does. What the thing that it most helps with is basically just your flying brain. Because the biggest problem, you can get your feel back pretty quick if you haven't flown in a while. That's a nice transangular delivery right there, by the way. But the biggest thing is like forgetting checklist items and like forgetting to turn your lights on, forgetting to turn your transponder on, which I just remembered I did. Just little things like that, and of course, I mean, you should use a checklist, obviously. But it's a lot of that stuff. It's just the mental. Like, you always hear me going through the like pre-departure and pre-landing checklists. My pre-landing checklist basically with any piston airplane is, if it's got props, it'll be mixtures and props full forward, fuel pumps are on, flaps are set, seatbelts are secure, because that's the checklist I go through and when I'm flying for real. And it's just little things like that. But like, even your instrument scan, like when you're coming into land, you can get fixated on one instrument if you're kind of out of practice. Flaps are set, fuel pumps are on, and so just kind of like the coordination between pitch and power to maintain whatever airspeed, descent rate, etc. that you're looking for. That kind of thing is fantastic for practice in flight sims. So I mean, it's when I get into the real plane. I haven't flown the real plane since the fall, and when I get into the real plane now, it'll be like nothing. It'll be like I never got out, basically. Heading indicator checks with the runway number. That's another check I always make. Takeoff power is coming in. Takeoff power is set. Engine instruments in the green. Airspeed is alive. Those are all the things I go through in the real airplane. 70 knots, and off we go. So yeah, it's super helpful. I find not so much for feel, but just for like memory items and like the flying brain, I call it. So power coming back, props coming back. Put the trim down here a little bit. I want to check something real quick. I think I might have left because I had 155. I wonder what, let me turn this up a little bit. That's why 155. We'll go 155. Little pause here. 205. And terrain vector data. So I turned a bunch of this stuff down when I was streaming for the 777. So water waves high, good. All right, now everything's good. This should be a little bit better. I turned stuff down when I was flying the 777. So let's see here. But even things like 1,000-foot checklist, fuel pumps off, like all that sort of stuff, it's all helpful. It's all really good practice in the sim. B3 burner, what's going on? Yeah, we do this every Sunday, and it's always a good time. It's always a good time. Let's go power back to 2300, props back a little bit. I'm just going to 1,000 here because we're just going to Mustique, and this is actually, you know what? I'm gonna go to 1,500 because this is a cool landing. So let's get the let's bug the heading indicator here. Fuel pumps off. Ah, I knew it. Fuel pumps off. Flaps coming up. We're gonna bug our runway heading here. There's the runway heading. So, Han's doing his usual low-level flyby. We should be right on a good left base here for Mustique, which is this is one of my favorite airports. Alright, let's nose this over here. Apply a gross trim application. Ashton Sweet just pinged you in your Discord. If I get a chance, Ashton, I certainly will. I'll have a look at some point today. I haven't been on Discord much this past week. I had a really busy work week, really busy life week. So hopefully this week will be a little quieter. But let's see here. There is Mustique. And this is a great looking view right here. I'm gonna take a picture of this. Alright, let's go power back here a little bit. Get this slowed down. The Ornithopter. This is the second flight I think we've seen the Ornithopter out. I don't know what it is, but I guess it's from Dune. The Ornithopter. Let's bring the props back here a little bit. Let's see. Fighter pilots have to remember the checklist, many pages, because no time. Yeah, that's for sure. I bet you I never thought of that. Well, I was saying the other day, there's 115 knots. I was saying in a video I did the other day, the funny thing about checklists is that we have written checklists for things that we do on every single flight, but then the things that you hope you never have to do, you have to remember it's by memory, right? Like engine out checklist, engine fire checklist, all that stuff is all from memory. Whereas the things that you do every day is all written down, which is kind of weird. Alright. So let's get this back into the white arc here. Come on, just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Get the nose up just a little bit. There's the white arc, second notch of flaps. Alright, F1 drive. I'm looking forward to it. You gonna watch Miami today? I'm watching Miami today. I'm excited about that one. Practicing a sim and all drive. Yeah, absolutely. That's actually a really good point. Nobody out here to annoy either, so I'm gonna go mixtures and props full forward here. And yeah, that's actually a really, really good point. I mean, And PK power, I'm gonna go with PK power because it's easier, quicker for me to say. But I'm a massive Formula One fan. We love Formula One. Ah, Visualize is here. Nice. I'm a massive Formula One fan, and you're absolutely right. They do a ton of sim driving. So speed is good. Looks like I'm actually on glide path, which is pretty amazing. I'm gonna keep that speed. I don't mind it getting down a little lower than it is. Getting a little floaty here. Alright. Not looking too bad. And as soon as we're clear of the hill, we'll power all the way out. We'll just drop the nose here. Do do do. That one wasn't too bad right there. Never try to make pretty landings on short runways. Cash in the Vision Jet. Cash in the Vision Jet. That's hilarious. I think I'm just gonna spin it right around. This is one of my favorite little airports too. I love this little airport. This airport, this island is privately owned, which I didn't realize. Alright, we'll go forward on the trim here. Alright, let's see. Where's Bob? Bob, what are you doing over here? Is this a new parking area, or are you just, where are you? Let's see here. Okay, so we're heading probably about like a 190 heading over here. So up the hill we go. Let's see, came in the other way. Yeah, I mean, actually, you know what? I don't think I've ever flown in that direction. And with the Islander, it's not a problem because I'm sure you can get it stopped pretty quick. All right, let's go up one notch of flaps here. My problem is, honestly, when I get talking so much when I'm doing these flights, that's when I forget to do things. But the other thing, so PK Power, hey Kenneth, how are you doing? PK Power, the other thing about, go fuel pumps on. The other thing about flying and simming, I verbalize everything. Like when I'm in the real plane, I don't think, you know, flaps are set, you know, mixture full forward. I don't think those things, I say them. You verbalize everything. So that's like, that's completely realistic what I'm doing in terms of that. So power is set, engine instruments are in the green, airspeed is alive, 70 knots. I'm gonna hold it at 80 on the way out of here because it is a steep departure. But yeah, I verbalize everything when I'm flying. Alright. Come back a little bit on the power, come back a little bit on the props. So let's see. You can land that almost anywhere, Cash. That's probably a fun plane. Alright, let's drop the nose, bring the flaps up. Man, we got a great crowd today. That is awesome. Area is looking beautiful. I'm climbing like crazy. There's 1,000 feet. We'll go fuel pumps off. And we'll check our fuel pressures. Fuel pressure's looking good. So let's settle in. What do we got next here? Next we have Canouan, which I'm probably saying incorrectly, but that's okay. Mike Coffee, you flying today or no? Or are you just observing? I'm gonna go 1500 on this one, so we'll go power back to 23, bring the props back a little bit. You can hear they're out of sync, they're like warbling. Mrs. TPHI, what are you flying? And I might have missed it in the chat. If I did, I'm sorry. Whoopsie, what are we going over here? Ah, okay. That's why. That looks like a cool plane. And APOC Survivor has switched to the DCH-4. Alright, let me see here. Look at this. Blockman leading the way. So let's see here. What do we have? Runway. This is probably runway. I want to look. TVSC. Probably shows me right here, actually. Runway 13. So we'll roll that out a little bit here. Oh, wrong way. Runway 13. This is one of the more straightforward ones, but they're all cool. I love landings over water, and that's what makes this one of my favorite landings. Let me see. Not watching Miami because it's too nice outside. It's not too nice outside here. It's raining here in New York. It's been raining all weekend. But let's see. Twin Navian, that's a great plane. T-Nav, that makes sense. That makes sense. That's a great airplane. I actually did a couple feature videos on that plane. Dominican Rat, what's going on? Real world flight in MS 2020, JetBlue A321 to San Juan. Nice. The Twin Navion's a cool plane. I really like that airplane. And that one is also Flight Sim 24. What is the word I'm looking for? Compliant. So it works in Flight Sim 2020 and 24. And that one, the Twin Navion, the Navion. There was another one in that family that the same developer did. A really nice guy, and glad to see you flying that. That's a cool plane. No flying, no time. I hear you, man. I hear you. It's the way it can be sometimes. Hangar Studio 713. Yeah, exactly. Those are great airplanes. The Navion is a neat one. I mean, a single engine piston with a hydraulic system. It was a cool plane. I like it. It's a really cool plane. My problem is I've got so many different things going on already. It's kind of hard to like keep up with different airplanes. But if I wanted to fly like a high performance twin, I would fly the Twin Navion over the Baron in the sim, because the Baron just isn't really that good, to be honest. I mean, the stock Baron, you know. The Twin Navion is a great airplane. Want the B-60 Duke. I would love that. An Islander would be a great plane, like for a personal airplane. Because the cool thing about the Islander is basically whatever fits in it will go. Like, you don't... I mean, they don't... You know, especially if you were just flying for yourself. Like, whatever you can stuff in there will make it. You know? We'll bring power back just a little bit. Start angling down here. Ryan Navion be the L-17B in the Super Decathlon. The Super Decathlon's a great airplane. The Super Decathlon's a great airplane. Can fly upside down for 60 seconds. before you gotta start checking your oil pressure. Let's see here. Alright, now we gotta really bring some power out. I think the Islander is now slightly overpowered in both sims in 2020 and 24 from the recent update, because it really, like, to get it slowed down, you really have to pull like less than 15 inches of manifold pressure. Yeah, Hangar 713 or Hangar Studio 713 is he's a really nice guy. I was talking to him quite a bit when those planes came out. And all right, there's 115. We'll go flaps, we'll go fuel pumps, we'll go nothing else. We're good right now. Alright, now let's get ourselves on a good base leg here. There's a good spot for second notch of flaps. Let's make sure there's nobody coming down final. Let's cut this in here. Alright, mixtures and props full forward. Sloppy flying, really sloppy flying right now. Let's level off, and recapture. Whenever you get low, level off. Don't continue descending. And once you get back on a good glide slope, then you can begin your descent again. There we go. There we go. That looks like a nice sight picture right there. That looks like a nice sight picture right there. One red. Keep an eye on that speed. It's alright at 70. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Power coming out. Power's all the way out. I can never judge the height on this airplane in the sim. You'd figure after all the amount of time I've spent flying it, I would. This is a cool little airport too. This is a neat airport. Let us see here. This is all the Aerosoft scenery, by the way, that I'm using. So let's swing it around here. Alright. I gotta clean up my flying. My flying has been sloppy today. Alright, we'll go flap set. Fuel pumps we just want to leave on because we're going to be taking off here shortly. Trim coming forward a little bit. Mixtures leaned a little bit. So let's see here. What we got up next? We have... oh, this is a fun one. Union Island. What runway is this? Union Island is runway 8. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is cut over the top of Union Island. We're gonna make the northern arrival into... This is a fun airport. Union Island. There's a couple different ways to approach it. And Clathon was best in FSX, believe it or not. Man, think of it. FSX came out, what, in 2000? That's what the X stands for, no? That's amazing how long ago that was. Alright, let's spin it around. We're good. Mixtures and props full forward. Whoopsie. Alright, so. Alright, heading indicator sort of checks. Let's check. Okay, there we go. Heading indicator checks with the runway number. Takeoff power is coming in. Takeoff power is set. Engine instruments are in the green. Airspeed is alive. 70 knots. And off we go. Such a cool view. Such a cool view. 400 feet, we can make our turn. Alright, so Union Island. Let me go up to 1,000 on this one because it's not a long trip. And alright, so it's not this first little island right here, it's the next big one. So let's see, coming up on 1,000 feet, go flaps up, power coming back a little bit, props coming back a little bit, we'll go fuel pumps off. I need to set up my fuel pump so I don't have to do that every time. Alright, there we go. Now let's go a little bit of trim forward here. I believe it's runway 8. Runway 927. No, wrong airport. It is runway 8. So we'll set this to 8. So nobody else is watching the Formula 1 race today, huh? Who do I associate myself with? This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. Doc Brown was great in FSX. I don't think I think Flight Sim 2020 was the first flight sim that I always wanted to flight sim, but it was just never any fun because the visuals are so terrible. And most of my flight time is VFR, GA, low and slow. Everybody's going in the. You guys are great. Going in the wrong way. Well, it's not the. Actually, it's not the wrong way. Winds are light and variable today. So. Speaking of sloppy flying, I am now 200 feet above my desired altitude. One of the things that my instrument instructor constantly got on my case for was being imprecise. Like, I'm trying to fly, look at this. 1,250 feet. I was trying to fly at 1,000. I'm flying at 1,250 feet. That is not 1,000. That's not close to 1,000. Alright, we'll go fuel pumps on. Like, you gotta be precise in your flying. Look at that twin Navion go. That is awesome. Alright, we're gonna come back to 115. This approach in VR is insane. It is so much fun in VR. It is so much fun in VR. That ornithopter is crazy, like a toy. Do-do-do. Alright. I did this approach in VR a couple times, and I keep meaning to come back and do it again because it's so much fun. Alright, there's white arc. Fuel pumps are on, flaps are set. Just come right over this ridge here and just drop. And here we go, here we go. Alright, go mixtures and props full forward. Power pretty much all the way out at this point. Way too much airspeed. Ah, okay. I had to get that one on, otherwise I wasn't going to make it all the way back. So no time for making that one look pretty. Who we got coming in here? Got Sheb coming in, Hans is coming in. Here comes Bob. Visualizing. I like that visualize. That's pretty cool. In the twin Navion here. Looking good, Bob. Looking good. That is very nicely done right there. I assume you're at the slightly higher altitude there. Robert McNamara, what's going on? If you had to pick a driver, it'd be Norris. I think Piastri is a better driver than Norris. He might not be a better driver now, but he's got I think an attitude that is more conducive to being a world champion. Lando is a nice guy, and I think that's part of his problem. Oscar Piastri is just he is as cool as the other side of the pillow. Nothing bothers that dude. I mean, nothing bothers that dude. I think he's a good driver. Look, Lando's a good driver, no question about it. Lando's a very good driver, and I wouldn't be surprised if Lando won the world championship this year. But I also wouldn't. If I had to put money on one of the two of them, I'd put money on Oscar. I just think Oscar is a very cool customer. Let's see, just pick an end and go for it. That makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, in that wind, it didn't really matter really which way you come in. But I love these little the buildings and the sailboats and everything. Alright, let's go. It's pretty cool. I like this little building right here. Alright, let's go here. I'm sort of stuck behind the chat here. Yeah, Robert, I'm looking forward to Cadillac too, believe it or not. I just think there should be more teams. I mean, there's so many good drivers that don't have a seat, you know? Alright, mixtures and props full forward. Fuel pumps are on, flaps are coming in. Trim is okay. There's just so many good drivers. We need more seats, you know? And I mean, it's ridiculous. For F1 originally didn't want Cadillac to come in, and it's like, how do you keep, first of all, a team associated with Mario Andretti, who won the Formula 1, last American to win the Formula 1 World Championship, you know? How do you keep a team with Mario Andretti and one of the world's biggest automobile manufacturers out of Formula 1? Like, I mean, and their complaint was like the existing teams were worried about money. First of all, there's a lot of money in Formula One. Second of all, I don't think that amount of money is getting less by the day. I think it's getting more. So get some more teams in there. Cadillac, I'm looking forward to Cadillac too. I just hope they get good drivers. You know. Alright, let's go flaps up here. I just hope Cadillac gets good drivers. Let's see. What is going on here? Alright, there's 1,000. Where are we going now? Where are we going now? We're going to Lauriston. This is another fun little airport. This is another fun little airport. Let me see. we've got a new friend here, I think. Who's suction player 80? I forget. It's 1,500 feet. Power back, props back. Alright, let's go. Flaps are up, fuel pump's coming off. Alright. There's a nice big hitch. Alright. And Mrs. TPHI's got some hops in that twin Navion. That thing is moving. Alright, what do we got here? We got runway 9er. So let's bring some power back. Bring some props back. And we'll head right for the kind of the end of the outcropping here. See if we can slowly bring it down. Cash traffic 6 o'clock, less than 1 mile. Exactly. Latest NVIDIA driver's pretty good. I haven't had any. Well, actually, you know, now that I think about it, I have had some. A little bit of stuttering here and there. Maybe that's it, but I haven't really. It came out like on Thursday. I didn't really get a chance to do much testing with it yet. Let's see. Yeah, Robert, it certainly is. But it's fun. I mean, we only started watching maybe like 2017, 2018, and now I'm like obsessed with it. Alright. This is what I always find. I always find them way too high. Just gonna hold 115. Lose some altitude here. I love this approach. Alright, mixtures and props full forward, fuel pumps are on. Do. Pretty good. Alright, looking for some white arc here. Yeah, pretty close. That's good enough for me. Mixtures and props full forward. Fuel pumps are on. Flaps are set. Seatbelts are secure. Pre-landing checklist is complete. Alright, this actually feels pretty good right here. Alright, definitely a right to left crosswind. Alright, power coming out. Power coming out. Power's all the way out. Floated a little bit. I am a horrible judge of height in this airplane, I really am. A horrible judge of height in this airplane. There we go. Let's go mixtures lean here for taxi. Let's get out of the way, see who's coming in here. Who's coming in? Who we got? There's Cash and Bob on short final in tandem. That is looking nice. I gotta learn how to land an airplane. This is, but I'm terrible. My flying has been so sloppy lately. I think I've been consistently sloppy for a while now. I gotta get myself focused here. Here comes suction player 80. Here we go. Let's see. Yeah, Robert, they're definitely in for the American money in Formula One. And they should be. I mean, it's the big growth. Everybody in the world watches Formula One except for the Americans. And that's starting to change, though. Mike Coffee. Is it? Let's see. Speaking of Lando, may the 4th be with you. Oh, Mike, nice. I'm sorry I missed the fact that you were heading out. We'll catch you on Wednesday, man. I hope you're doing well. I hope your dad's doing well. Alright, let's see. We're leaned here. Let's get ourselves spun around. That's what I like about this. One of the things I like about this plane, it can turn around on a dime, literally. I wonder where Peter is today. Maybe Peter's traveling or playing music this weekend. All right, the 150. We should do a flight one day where we only fly 152s. That plane is so much fun, especially the JP Logistics WB Sim. I love that plane. Let's see here. Hans. Yeah, exactly. I'm just imprecise with my flying. I really am. I mean, I guess which is like part of it is, you know, chatting and everything else and reading but I don't like being sloppy. I don't like being sloppy with my flying. Let's see. Mike Coffee seriously has to go now. Mike, it's been good, my friend. Drive to Survive, yeah. Drive to Survive has gotten a lot of people into Formula One, and that's created that entirely created that genre of TV shows. Like now, golf has one, you know, basketball has one, football has one, and they all stink. Drive to Survive is awesome. All right, we're gonna go left crosswind here. Left crosswind departure. Mixtures and props full forward. Fuel pumps are on. Flaps are set. Trim is fine. I don't mind the trim being a little bit nose up here. Takeoff power is coming in. Takeoff power is set. Engine instruments in the green. Airspeed's alive. Rolling out that crosswind correction. 70 knots and off we go. There we go. Let's get some altitude here. Curious about. This has got to be a cool place. It's gotta be a cool place. Water's looking nice, really. Alright, let's bring the power back. We'll bring the props back. We'll go fuel pumps off. We'll go flaps up here in just a second. Come right over the top here. And now we got a little bit of an overwater leg here. So the question is, back to 100 knots here. So the question is, do we go so there's, well, let's see here. Right on this side, that is where the old airport was. It's no longer there. But we could go land there anyway. Or we just keep going down this way and land here. I say we go up the left side. Go up the east side. And then let's go check out this airport. What do you guys think? Anybody have any objection to that? My coffee, take it easy. Come fly with you in Papua New Guinea. I'm game. Do you watch the Cash? Do you watch that channel, the Missionary Pilot, Missionary Bush Pilot? I think it's called on YouTube. That's a cool view. Look at that. That is a cool view. So we'll go. Mrs. TPHI is already there. Man, that twin Navion is fast. That twin Navion is fast. Right. Yeah, Cash. He's entertaining. I mean, some of the video titles are a little bit kind of over the top, you know. That guy, nothing surprises that guy. That guy is he's experienced enough that nothing throws him. I mean, some of his video titles are a little bit like over the top to try, you know, but it's all right. It's what we do, I guess, right? Let's see here. No. So you Visualize and Mrs. TPHI are both flying the twin Navion. See that? I'm 110 feet, 120 feet above my altitude already. And if you don't start fixing it, it's not gonna fix itself. There we go. That's a little better. That's a little better. So I heard from somebody that they race cars over on this airport now, where it used to be the former airport. Forget who was telling us that. Somebody who was here one time. I could just put the autopilot on, but I don't like flying the autopilot on this plane. I only go fast. You can hear my props are a little out of sync. It's annoying. Anyway. He clickbaits, yeah. Which is, I kind of think it's a little weird given that he's got like 300,000 followers. But maybe that's why. Oh, maybe that's why. You know. So, yeah, we got a couple of things to do between now and the race. But we did not get... Excuse me, we did not get to our gardening this weekend because it's been raining all weekend. So what are you gonna do? BWA 263 off to the east flying. Where are we? Which way am I looking? Wait, which way is east? East, that's right. That's what I thought. I need to get some VBWA flying in big time. I've been an absentee owner. What's the runway here? TPG. It's not listed because it's no longer actually an airport. This is a cool one though. This is another fun one. It's gotta be about runway 9, maybe runway 8. V1 simulations. Oh. Yeah, well. This is, I don't know, there's some people like that. That's okay, it takes all kinds to make the world go around. As long as you approve my claims, all good. Yeah. Mrs. TPI, I'm going runway 9er today. I'm going runway 9er. Actually, you know what? Maybe runway 27 would be more fun because that's into the. You know what, Mrs. TPHI, you just made me change. Hey, Hangar Studio 713, how you doing? So guys, Hangar Studio 713 is the developer of the Twin Navion I was talking about earlier. I was singing your praises earlier. I was telling everybody what a nice guy you are, and you are. I wasn't saying it because I figured you were here. But anybody who's not familiar with those planes for either sim, check them out because, like I said, they're updated for Flight Sim 24, and you were one of the first Hangar Studios. You were one of the first developers to update your planes for 24. And they're all great planes. I mean, the Decathlon is a hoot. The Decathlon's an absolute hoot, but the Navion with the hydraulic system is a really sweet airplane. Just an interesting airplane, you know. But the Twin Navion, I was saying earlier too, is like if I wanted to pick like a piston twin for the sim, I would pick the Twin Navion over the stock Baron any day. It's just so much more interesting an airplane, so much more fun. But Evan B. Dan, what's going on? But yeah, if you guys aren't familiar with those planes, check out Hangar Studios planes. They're great, really fun planes. Long time no talk, Hangar Studios. I hope you're doing well. Let's see here. What we got? Whoopsie, wrong way. So yeah, so it's right before the outcropping there. So I got the there's a scenery on FlightSim.to for that. No, I didn't know about the Star Wars liveries. That's great. All on, oh, route, Evan, we are right now coming into Pearls Airport. TPGP. Hold on for 1 second. Where are we? TPGP and then TGPY. You're catching right the end of us here, basically. So you can see the runway right there. Whoopsie. Let's do a proper nosedive, I guess. It's gotta be about runway 27, I would think. Pedro, what's going on? I mean, the flight model is better in 24. You know, I mean, it's the same airplane, and it flies exactly the same, which is a credit to the developer. I mean, oh, we've totally overshot here, which is fine. The handling is exactly the same. The power settings are exactly the same. Everything is exactly the same in 2020 and 24. Just the flight model in 24 is so much better. Makes it a lot more fun to fly. You know, but it's a very fun airplane to fly. I love this airplane. Hangar Studios, I gotta get back into the Decathlon and the Twin Navion. Those are both very fun airplanes to fly. So let's go. Fuel pumps on, which I should have done already. Landing light is on. We're coming into the white arc. We'll go full flaps here. Nobody out here to irritate, so I'll go props full forward now as well. Get it back to 80 knots. Definitely a left to right crosswind here, that's for sure. Come on, baby, get back over on centerline. Alright, now we can bring in a little bit of power. Boy, there's a stiff left crosswind. Always use centerline. Centerline is your friend. Stay on centerline and see which way the nose is pointing. Whoopsie daisy. Too much energy right here. Too much energy. Wait till you see this. This is a freeware airport. A recreation of the that was a decent landing right there. That was a decent landing right there. Wait till you see this. If you guys didn't pick up the freeware version off FlightSim.to, wait till you see this. You got a little hut back in there, I see that. There's some buildings up here. But they recreated the whole airport. And it's really pretty neat. Bring the mixture out. Here comes Sheb, here comes Hans Boone. We got some definite speed variations in the airplanes today. The Twin Navion all the way back to the 152. I love it. But check out. So this was the main airport here years ago. I don't know how long ago. But apparently they drag race cars around here nowadays. It's Hans greasing one on. But look at, so somebody on FlightSim.to did a recreation of the airport, and you can walk back here. There's like little buildings back in here and everything, and they have I think it's not a DC-3. I think that might be a DC-4, like a junked DC-4 sitting there. But anyway, they redid the airport, which I think is pretty sweet. I really think that's pretty cool. Island of Spice. I think it's a pretty cool airport. You can see and apparently that's actually there. And I don't know, I didn't notice that one before. Anyway. Alright, let me get some runway behind me here. Hey Visualize, take it easy. Really appreciate you stopping by. Hopefully you're able to join us again. Appreciate it. Alright, let's get ourselves going here. See if we can catch the suction player's runway, or landing here. So the last airport, check your Discord DM. We'll do that. We'll do that. I'll do that as soon as I'm done. I don't have Discord running right now, but I will check it as soon as I get done. I was not on Discord this week basically at all. I've got a whole bunch of messages waiting for me. This is so cool. But Cash, you should pick this one up. This one's fun. Buckman going the other way. Hey Pedro, no worries, man. No problem. Alright, we got enough runway behind us here. Look at this. There's even more, like, these are all from that scenery. The freeware scenery. Put all these little buildings in there. Alright, so let's go up one notch of flaps. Everybody's going that way. I'm going this way. I always take off downhill. Alright, mixtures and props full forward. Trim is fine. Flaps is set. Fuel pumps are on. Takeoff power is coming in. Takeoff power is set. Engine instruments are in the green. Airspeed is coming alive. Whoopsie, no, other way, there's a crosswind. Those are the last words you want to hear from your pilot. Whoopsie. Words you do not want to hear from your pilot. Whoopsie. Alright, let's bring the power back here. Bring the props back. And our last airport today is SLH Sim Designs. So we got a little bit of ground to cover here before we get there, but let's see. We going straight up over the top? Where are we going? Let's bring the flaps up. Let's bring the fuel pumps off. Let's go straight up over the top here. What do you think? All right. I'm gonna keep it at about 90 knots. That's gonna get me some good climb here. Look at the angle this thing climbs at. It's crazy. Of course, I'm at 70 knots right now, which is why. But that's neither here nor there. I would love to go to Grenada someday. My wife has been to Grenada. I've never been to Grenada. I would love to see Grenada. She loved it. Do-do-do-do. We're kind of being mean to Suction Player 80 because that's going to be tough to get the 152 over here. Hey Mark, what's going on? Yes, I am, absolutely. If you go to... Let me see. If you go to VAMSIS... and Caribbean Airlines Virtual. Let me see if I may be able to find the link for you. I mean, I should be able to. VAMSIS. Let's see here. This should do it. Hold on. Whoopsie. Trying to fly and not crash at the same time. There we go. This is pretty tall, actually. Alright, 3,500 should do it. Yeah, Mark, we'd love to have you join up. We fly the Islander, we fly the we have twin otter routes, we've got the we got a ton of ATR routes, we've got 737, A320s, A321, we got all kinds of different airplanes that we fly. And we would love to have you join, that'd be great. Gotten a lot of new signups lately, and it's quite a good time. Let's see. Made it by 50 feet. Alright, let's get some nose down trim in here. I mean, it's pretty tall. You know? It really is. Look at that. Suction Player 80 getting that 152 up there. Alright, now we can. Oh, no. Stop that. Just gonna bring some power out here a little bit. Nope. Not gonna let you do that either. Alright. Nope. Airplane does not want to descend. There we go. I love these kinds of views in the islands when you like these kind of like semi-populated, you know, like populated areas, and you get like a view down towards the water. I love it. Cool stuff. I forgot about my map with the World Update 16 points of interest, because that right there, it looks like it might be one of them, like a stadium of some kind. I would love to go flying around the islands in real life. That'd be so much fun. Bro is dedicated. Grenada just looks like it'd be a cool place. Absolutely beautiful. Alright, what do we got here? We got runway, I believe it's runway 10. And it's either gonna be 10 or 9, one of the two. Runway 1028. Oh, okay, perfect. So plug our heading indicator here. Runway 10. I don't know why they say. I don't know why this airplane continues to climb. I pull out power, I pull up props, and it keeps climbing. The ornithopters over there. There comes Cash. Let me guess, Cash, you're right on glide slope? Alright. I don't think I can lose enough altitude to make a 500-foot mile-and-a-half final. See, this is something you can do in the sim, but would feel very uncomfortable doing in real life, coming down at this rate. And it looks from here like you're relatively on glide path, but I know I'm not even close. So let's get some power coming out here. Let's get the fuel pumps on. Alright, that's a good base leg. Get a notch of flaps in. Start turning in early because it's always better to turn in too early than too late. I can see a lot of white on the pappies. So if any of you guys are into sprinting, check out about 5:30 tonight. The Grand Slam track from Miami, 200-meter men's. Will be interesting. Alright, white arc. Let's go 2 notches of flaps. We'll mixtures and props full forward. Get that back to 80 knots, and once we get it to 80 knots, then we can bring in some power. Alright, fuel pumps on, flaps are set, mixtures and props full forward. Now we are right on glide path. Let's see if we can keep it there. Let's get on center line here too while we're at it, right? One white, 3 red. There's 2-2. Alright. Not looking too bad here. A little bit of power out. Power's all the way out. There we go. Not too bad. Not too bad. Cash is on glide path all the way down. I don't like people like that. Only because I'm jealous. Only because I'm jealous. I gotta, like I said, I gotta clean it up. I gotta get in better. Gotta get in better form here. Flying is like anything else. You can get in good grooves with flying. You can get in bad grooves with flying. My biggest problem is just not forcing myself to be precise. So this is SLH Sim Designs Grenada. Another awesome airport by me favorite developer. Man, oh man, that was a beautiful flight today. That was a beautiful flight today. Got some nice traffic down here too. Let's see. Oh, we got one more. We got one more. Trying to slow down here. Got a suction player 80 coming in. That is looking like a smooth descent right there. That is looking very good. I wonder what the ground speed on that is right now. Probably about 40 knots, I'd guess. That's a good wind into us. Nice. You could tell that was a smooth landing. Alright, let's go. Where are we gonna go park? Let's go straight ahead. Go straight ahead. That's a plane I've never flown in the sim. The King Air. Never flown it. Let's see here. Let's go spin this one around. Alright, there we go. Mixtures to idle. Cutoff throttles are idle. Parking brake set. Let's go. Lights coming off. Flaps are up. We'll go avionics master off. Fuel pumps off. Mags off. And we're gonna go master and battery switches off. We'll go chocks and boarding steps. We'll go... I never turned that off either. That's bad. Alright, and we'll go everything open, and there we go. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. And by the way, this is Grenada Airport from Maurice Bishop International Airport from SLH Sim Designs. I love the approach here in like the PMDG, any of the Boeing, you know, jet landings here are pretty cool. So, ladies and gentlemen, Hans, it was my pleasure. My pleasure. I appreciate you guys coming out. I appreciate everybody humoring me for coming out early so I can watch Formula One later. Mark, that's awesome. We'd love to see you. That's great. Cash, thank you for coming out. Mrs. TPHI, thank you for coming out. Good to see you. I hope you and Visualize will come out and fly with us again. It's great having new blood around. Awesome. And loved seeing the twin Navion. Thank you for showcasing that plane again for us. But hey, Buckman, appreciate it. Yeah, Mrs. TPHI, I appreciate it. And Bob, thank you so much. I appreciate you coming out as well. Always appreciate the support. You guys are awesome. Cash, hope you're having fun flying your new rig, man. That's some good stuff. And Mark, we'll see you on excuse me, we'll see you on Virtual Caribbean. We've got our own Discord. If you want to sign up in the Discord, it's on the page. Hangar Studios, good to see you again. Pedro, good to see you as well. And I hope you guys had as much fun as I did. My flying was its usual sloppy self, but we'll try to get ourselves organized. Sheb, good to see you again. Appreciate it. And Esing, thanks a lot. I appreciate that. My boss told me I should narrate audiobooks. But anyhow, yeah, Cash, I noticed you put some I saw some pictures in the Discord, but like I said, I just haven't been in the Discord much this week, but I'll get a look at it. And but I hope you're enjoying it. And I was trying to see what plane was above me. But guys, thank you so much. Appreciate everybody coming out, and we'll see each other again on Wednesday, if not before. Everybody enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I'm predicting I'm kind of predicting Oscar Piastri is going to win today. We'll see. But you guys take care. Thanks again, everybody, for coming out, and take care. Enjoyed it. Hey Kurt, take it easy. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it.